Hello and welcome to Eyewitness Report on Channels Television. I'm Yomi Otaigbe. Videos and pictures sent to us by eyewitnesses have been put together with those captured by our in-house crew for a comprehensive report on two unfortunate events in Lagos: the bus train accident and a fire that gutted the Akere Auto Spare Part Market. Stay with us for the details. Lagosians woke up to the shocking news of an accident that left 6 people dead following a collision between a Lagos State government staff bus and a commercial train in the morning of Thursday, March 9 at PWD bus stop along Agege Motor Road. This accident brings to the fore the need for improved public safety around rail lines.
Aerial view of an eyewitness video shows the scene of a collision at PWD Railway Crossing Junction in Ikeja involving a commercial train and a Lagos State government staff bus conveying civil servants to work. In another eyewitness video, occupants struggled to make their way out of the bus shortly after it was dragged to a stop. Early callers to the accident scene are passers-by who volunteered to rescue trapped passengers.
Actually, I'm a security guard, so I heard a sound from where I was walking. So I ran outside. As I came out from the beginning of the bus stop here, I saw 3 people down already. They were down already. So I took my phone, I ran to where the BRT stopped. So as I got there, people were videoing. Some people were crying through the window from the BRT. They were crying, help me, help me, help me. So I jumped the gutter and entered inside the BRT. People were actually scared to enter inside the BRT bus because maybe they felt the train might move. So I entered the BRT bus. Then I saw people dead, but maybe they may be unconscious, but they were not moving. So I saw 5 people down inside. So I tried, before I left the BRT bus, some other people brought like everybody down before I left. So there was nobody inside the BRT before I left. So I went to change. The uniform I'm putting now is a new one. The one I wore was stained with blood.
There was a shuttle bus that passed before the BRT because that was what he saw before he crossed. Before he wanted, it was like, because the train was not very close to them. So it wasn't very close. It was like somewhere here and he was there. So he felt maybe he could maneuver before the train could come close. Before you know, I think that thing has magnet. The thing clipped together and crossed the guy. That's what happened.
I was inside when I heard the noise. When people shouting outside. So as I heard the noise, so I run come outside in the compound. So I opened the gate. I saw the train and the bus. So a lot of people is inside the bus. There's no people to rescue them out. So instantly I saw all those things. So I feel pain. So I rushed inside the bus. So I started packing people and rescue them inside the bus outside. So that's why I can see myself. There is blood all my body like this, all my clothes, even it's itself. So.
And first responders at the scene include officials from the Lagos State Emergency Management Agency, the National Emergency Management Agency, the Nigerian Police, and the Army, among others.
We received a distress call via our emergency number 112767, and immediately we activated our emergency response plan. Immediately we commenced rescue activities. We are able to rescue 84 alive, and we recovered 3 bodies, 2 females and 1 male, and they have been deposited at the Lagos State Teaching Hospital mortuary. However, the 84 casualties are receiving adequate treatment at the Lagos State Teaching Hospital. Immediately we finish the rescue activities, we commend the recovery activities, while we use another train to pull the accidental train, and we use our Charlie to pull the bus that was involved in that accident. And you can see that our operation is swift, prompt, effective, under the watch of Mr. Governor, Mr. Babajide Olushola Sanwo-Olu.
All what we know was that the bus ran into, was on the rail line, and the rail got it impacted. The incident happened.
The unfortunate incident attracts sympathy visit by a concerned personality.
It's quite unfortunate, it's so sad. We pray that God give them the fortitude to bear this irreplaceable loss. For us, I think that it's about time we begin to have a barrier whenever the train is coming, a barrier that would ensure that you don't even have access to cross. In about 2-3 kilometers to that time, put a stop to every vehicular movement around there. And I think this is the kind of responsibility that the government should wake up to and see so that we can save lives. We can't continue like this. We know all the intersections on these rail lines. We should build a barrier that would ensure that whenever train is coming, no vehicular movement around that moment. This is what is obtainable everywhere out there, but I'm sure we're going to get it right. But for today, we have to commiserate with those that have lost their life. I'll be going to the general hospital now to see some of these victims and see how we can provide succor to assist them.
And shortly after the accidented bus was taken off the scene, another case of careless driving ensues as some motorists, while approaching the railway crossing, ignore the signal of a traffic officer against a moving train.
Well, I think it's obvious that when the train was coming, I think all signals were given just to indicate that the train was coming. So a lot of cars that were supposed to cross, past this junction, did stop. But I heard that the staff bus that carry people to Alausa, the driver had an earpiece, so maybe he didn't hear. But he decided that he was going to beat the train. But unfortunately, when you don't understand the heaviness of of the vehicle, I think he underestimated probably the speed. But what we know is that he got hit, and then he was dragged about 200 to about 250 meters. And so we put a team together. I think the investigation is going on, just to get specifics on what actually happened. This is one of the junctions that will be shut down once the federal government begin the construction of their overpass. So I know that contract has been awarded, but pending that time, we have a flagman here. We have the necessary safety measures in place just to make sure that we avoid this kind of accident. But the one that happened was quite unfortunate. We will do further investigation. We understand that we have the driver somewhere in the police station, so we'll be questioning the driver just to try and understand what happened, what actually happened. So what we're trying to do is to eliminate the interaction between rail and vehicles, and that's why we're building overpasses. When you go to Ikeja, when you go to Yaba, you go to Oyingo, and then and Mushin. We have built 4. I think the Agege also we constructed Agege, and then we have 5 others which the federal government will build. I think they finished one, they've commissioned this one, and then there are others that they will build. So once the train is in full operation, you would not have this interaction between vehicles and rail. So those are the measures that we're putting in place, and then this will be fenced off completely from vehicles. So I'm pretty confident that once we complete the project, you won't have this kind of accident. What happened today was quite unfortunate, and we'll do everything possible to ensure that it doesn't happen again.
Meanwhile, emergency tents are created within the Lagos State University Teaching Hospital to enable medical personnel attend urgently to those involved in the accident. Family members and friends will throng the premises, wait in anticipation of positive outcomes. The Lagos State Governor, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, accompanied by his deputy and members of the State Executive Council, arrived to see the victims. Before briefing journalists, Governor Sanwo-Olu leads in observing a 1-minute silence for those who lost their lives.
We have 85 passengers that were in the bus. From the immediate triage, that was conducted and to separate, various degrees of injuries. 42 were classified as moderate injuries. 29 are serious injuries. 8 are mild injuries. And unfortunately, we have recorded 6 fatalities. 2 were brought in dead from the site, which was what LASEMA, first respondents, talked about. But here in Lasut, we've had 4 additional deaths, at ICU, and some while undergoing the surgery. So that's the breakdown of the entire 85. What you saw out there is a world-class triage medical, system where emergencies of this scale, of this magnitude, of this number, had to be easily and very quickly profiled out. The tents were quickly set up. It was not there before. They were quickly set up, and they were able to immediately, determine what level of injury were sustained by different passengers. Some have been sent for surgery and theater. Some are in ICU. Some have gone for X-ray, radiology and rest of it, and some obviously have been treated and they are the ward, for further observation. I want to seriously thank the entire staff of Lasut, both medical, non-medical, and students of the Lagos State University Teaching Hospital and the College of Medicine of the Lagos State University. I'm very impressed with the level of, commitment, solidarity that has been displayed. Everybody, where, immediately responded to the call of duty. And from the report and from what I've seen, I need to also thank them very, very much. We also want to thank all of the public personnel, especially staff of the Lagos State government, who had also turned up very, very quickly to identify their staff, to be able to give them counsel and encouragement, to be able to say to them that all will be well. And that indeed has calmed down a lot of fears and heightened, palpitation here and there. A lot of the patients, were in position of shock, but seeing a loved one, seeing a friend has indeed calmed them down that indeed they've been in an accident and they will be treated and they will get back home to their family. I think it's also important that I commend and put on record that 2 of my other competitors, fellow candidates in other parties, I'm told that Mr. Gbadebo Rose Revival has been here, and as well as Mr. Olajide Adeniro. I want to thank them and commend them, for their show of commitment, beyond politics. These are human beings. These are public servants that they or myself want to superintend over. So I want to thank them very much, for coming here. And I want to encourage, all other public-spirited Lagosians, Nigerians, to join us, in this very, very difficult moment. This is a very, very, very sad moment, for us. But we believe and we have seen that Lagos has a capacity to also come out, very difficult and unfortunate incident.
At the time of filing this report, 53 patients have been discharged from the various hospitals where they were receiving treatment across Lagos State.
Welcome back. Traders and shop owners are still counting their losses after a midnight fire destroyed goods and properties at Akere Auto Spare Parts Market in Olodi Apapa in the Ajeromi Ifelodo local government area of Lagos State. In this next report, eyewitnesses and victims narrate the ordeal in the aftermath of the incident.
The distant night shot of an eyewitness video shows the moment a blazing fire swept through shops and other properties at the Akere Auto Spare Parts Market. The inferno, which reportedly started at midnight, lasted into dawn.
Right now, it's not safe to be here late in the night. The firefighters have done the bits. The firefighters have done the little bits they can do. Okay? Just left. Thank you very much.
Daylight reveals the extent of damage done, even before firefighters and other emergency respondents arrived. Goods turned into heaps of debris. Shop owners shocked watch helplessly a situation already late to salvage any valuable item.
Everything is spoiled. I was here 4 o'clock early in the morning. This is the shop that my brother is using to pay my school fees. And then they just came from nowhere and bought everywhere. Is it good? Is it good? They say we want one Nigeria. They say we want one Nigeria. Look at me. I'm looking so tattered. I came here 4 o'clock in the morning just to come and quench fire. Still yet, we could not quench fire. Fire service came around after 7 to come and quench fire. After 7, after everywhere is burnt down totally. That is when fire service they came to our aid. Nothing is remaining. Look at people's markets. Look at them. Nothing is remaining here. Everything is burnt down. So what do they want us to feed on? Where do we start from? The government should do something about this. It's not good. They have rendered so many people useless here. So many people, nothing came out from their shop. Even one seed, one thing did not come out. It's very, very painful. It's very, very painful. Very, very, very painful. They should do something about this. Very, very painful. They killed security man. They killed one security person in this market. As early as 4 o'clock, they were shooting guns up and down. They killed somebody, an elderly man. An elderly man, that's the person they killed in this taxi park. They could not even spare his life for his family. Somebody that did nothing to them. They came here and burnt everything down. Look at the shops, everywhere is burnt down. Nobody brought out one single thing.
I own 3 shops here. They rendered their family useless, not me.
3 shops?
3 shops. All this thing you see is my goods. They're my goods. We have loaded one very good to scale it to condemn. Condemn here. This one, the guy is coming back to look. So, this way we find ourselves.
3 shops?
3 shops. 1, 3.
Okay, these 3 shops, 1, 2, and 3.
And they decided they would my labor for over 20 years. They want to end it in one day. True. They said Bible said that they came to kill, to steal, and to destroy. They are really the devil. They are the devil. But
you appear very resolute and confident. What is this about?
Well, this is not the first time I'm experiencing this kind of thing. You know,
in this same place?
No, not in the same place. When you are climbing at a stage, some people will just come from nowhere and bring one useless lazy. This kind of country will find ourselves.
2.6 million goods that they brought for you yesterday. They want them to now. What if the man collected it?
A few raced to scout the rubble in the hope of finding items that could still be useful.
With the combined effort, we are able to prevent the fire from spreading. We are able to curtail it, and we put out the fire. However, we are going to carry out holistic investigations about what causes it. We've been having series of meetings with the law enforcement. We've been having series of meetings with the executive. On our part, we will do everything that is humanly possible to ameliorate this impact on these people. We've done a comprehensive enumerations. We are going to apportion each shop to the owner. We will look at it holistically, and we will give the good people updates.
Look at what somebody done to us after laboring for how many years ago. Look at my shop. Around 2 o'clock midnight, somebody called me, say, our shop is on fire. And I came. The fire was too much. And I make the inquiry, what happened? Say, a group of boys, 6 in number, with a gun. Even where the man, where the one baba there, try to ask them what is the problem. Is he a good man? No, he's one of Taizim man was there. Asking them what is the problem. Why they want to put fire here? And actually the man was dead. So when they put a clay on fire, they stand there wait until the fire was too much for them left. So even the security man wanted to ask them. They want to shoot, the other one run away. Because somebody cannot be carrying gun and he was there waiting for him to shoot you before he run away. So definitely there's no way to off this fire because the fire was too much. I mean the fire brigade before they came, the fire was too much. There's no water on the fire brigade. Now go back again and bring water. Before they try to off the fire, everything was burned to ashes.
Once there is life, there is hope. And the life is the most important thing. The material things has nothing to compare with life. Material things is something that can go at any time. So it doesn't matter the cost. Life is costlier than material things. I know it's a painful thing to lose what you have labored for years, not kobo. It's a huge amount of money. But nevertheless, may God be the glory.
Many times things happen like this for the purpose of others to learn from. It might be politically, it might be the otherwise. But one thing is certain, is that there have never been a time that anything happened that I start bringing out blood. At all. Nothing has happened that I start bringing out blood. 20 years ago, many of them were not here. Then 20 years to come, they will surpass this level. Sometimes when you are trying to maltreat people, the people that are doing this, what is their level? Many of them served their boss for 10 years, 15 years under their organ. They're able to manage and raise money to build up this. Some of them have families. Some of them have siblings. Some of them have loved ones. Some of them have extended family members that are dependent on them. And somebody from nowhere. You see, sometimes, many times, you don't know where problem is coming for people. One thing is certain, every one of them that have lost anything here, they will definitely surpass this. Less than 1 year from now, they will be bigger than this level. That is for sure.
I lost more than 20 million here. But I thank God there is life. But my boy, he lost almost getting to almost 3 million or 4 million here today. They render us useless. We are seeing our daily bread, feeding our family. Today is no more. They put on fire, they erase everywhere. Now we have to start as a scratch. But one thing I have, hence there is life, there is hope.
The governor assured the affected traders that the state government would get to the bottom of the matter, just as he ordered security to be tightened around major markets to forestall similar attacks.
Reports featured on this program are told from the pictures and videos captured by eyewitnesses in real-time events or situations that directly affect them or their neighborhood. You could also be a part of the program. Simply send pictures you have captured with your phone or other devices to our Eyewitness platform on the Channels TV mobile app. With your details left on the platform, we should be able to reach you and follow up on your story. Thank you for your contributions. That's it for this edition of the program. See you again, same time next week. I am Yomi Otaigbe.